And we're back. So there's those again. Another question that we get a lot of when we start talking about the ketogenic diet is what supplements do we take? And that's a discussion that we have with a lot of people anytime that we're talking about nutrition. Most of you out there, if you know us very well at all, know that we're huge fans of AdvoCare. We have a very successful AdvoCare business. And that's a different conversation. But one of the things that, as we started talking about ketogenic diet, which is a high fat, moderate or adequate protein, very low carbohydrate diet, a lot of the members of our AdvoCare team and other people that we network with, they asked, well, what products got eliminated from your supplement routine as far as AdvoCare goes? And one of the things that we really like about AdvoCare is that we're able to get everything that we need from a supplementation category from the one company. Before we found AdvoCare, we probably had 4 or 5 different brands to get everything that we would need. I got fish oil from this place, vitamin minerals from this place, performance supplementation from this place. And like I said, one of the cool things about AdvoCare was finding all of our supplement needs in one company. Plus all the science that they put, scientific research they put into their products and all the testing that they put in their products for purity. So a lot of reasons why we like this company. But to answer the question of what do we take, and it was did we have to eliminate anything from our supplement routine because we're trying to stay so low carbohydrate? And so the answer to that is we only had to eliminate a couple of items. We were huge fans of, after we did our workouts, a combination of post-workout recovery, which is a carbohydrate and protein blend, and then mixing that with muscle gain, which is AdvoCare's protein. So we eliminated post-workout recovery simply because one serving has about 38 grams of carbohydrates, which that alone would exceed our carbohydrate limit for the day. But other than that, and then just kind of instead of having more than 2 sparks per day, we've brought it back down to 1, maybe 2 at the very most. So I just wanted to cover, this is kind of what we do. This is what our day looks like. When we first started in AdvoCare, we started on the number 1 and number 2 products, just like everybody, and what most people do. And this is what we always recommend also, is for everybody to start on M&S or one of the metabolic nutrition systems and Spark. A strip of M&S gives you a full day's worth of nutrition. You've got your Omegaplex, you've got your Coreplex, which is your multivitamin. You've got Cardio Q, which is a heart healthy supplement. And then you've got a number of multi-mineral tablets, Calcium Plus, and then a few other items in there, including a probiotic and some stuff that's going to help with appetite, just appetite control and metabolism support. Very mild though, nothing crazy. What we personally switched to, and we'll go back to M&S on occasion, but what Pam and I switched to is Core. And this is designed for kind of the older, I say older, we're in our early 40s, but we've been training hard our whole lives, and we're looking to reduce inflammation in any way that we can, just generally speaking, but also from all the heavy and intense training that we do. So we switched to Core because it still has the Omegaplex, it still has the multivitamin, multi-mineral, Calcium Plus, still has the heart healthy supplement Cardio Q, but then the rest of the stuff that's in there is all built around anti-inflammatory stuff. We get a joint support formula in there, and then another product called BioTune is in there, and it basically is a systemic overall anti-inflammatory for the whole system and adaptogen. So this is kind of more important to us at where we are in our life and our training. Those anti-inflammatory properties are a little bit more important to us than thermogenic or appetite control support kind of properties. Having said that though, so this is kind of our, everything over here is kind of our Core daily routine. We take 1 strip of Core per day, we get some probiotic, we'll take 1 probiotic in the morning along with Catalyst, so it's kind of, this is one of the first things that happens in the morning is we take some Catalyst, 1 Thermo Plus, I don't know if I'm pointing at the right ones, and then a little bit of probiotic, and that kind of sets the tone for the day. We get our amino acids starting, we get a probiotic, and a little bit of thermogenic metabolism support, so that'll kind of get the day revved up and going. Core is spread out throughout the day. We take that with meals, along with, we take a lot of extra Omegaplex besides what's just in Core, We take quite a bit, to be honest with you. Fish oil is extremely beneficial for the whole body. We take a lot of extra vitamin C, 2 extra grams of vitamin C per day for both of us. And then Pam takes Formula W, which is a women's formula to help stabilize the female hormones throughout the month. That's been very, very beneficial for her for the last almost 4 years. We drink 1 or 2 Sparks per day. One of the things that I'm very, very happy about is that not too long ago, AdvoCare changed the formula of Spark slightly, reducing the carb count to 4 grams, where it used to be, I want to say, 11 grams. So they reduced the carb count quite a bit. That thrilled us, especially as we transitioned into keto, because now, even if we have 2 Sparks per day, that's only 8 grams of carbohydrates, which is well under what we're trying to keep as the daily limit. There's a couple products that we use towards the evening. 2014 and 2015 were pretty stressful years for Pam and I for a number of reasons, and one of the products that we got turned on to was Oasis. Best way I can describe Oasis without trying to be sciencey is it just, if you kind of wrap up the day, we use it with hot water. We make it like a tea instead of a cold drink, and it basically it just helps you kind of relax, and that's all. It just kind of unwind. The stress just kind of leaves, and you find your Oasis. And then also, when we are having any kind of trouble sleeping, one of the things that we do is we take SleepWorks. This is a good product. Most people are not used to how powerful this product can be, and if you take one on its own, a lot of times you'll miss your alarm. Okay, and it's all natural, completely 100% natural ingredients. But what Pam and I do is we typically split this. So, and then finally on the performance side,
I have a real quick question on the Omegaplex.
Yep.
Thomas wants to know, how many Omegaplex do you take in a day, and is it dependent on body weight?
It can be dependent on body weight if you want to look at it that way. So in total, I get 2 Omegaplex from the core strip, and then in addition to that, I take six more of these per day. So total, I take 8 capsules per day of Omegaplex, which is going to be 4 grams of the DHA EPA. And then Pam takes basically just, she takes 6 total per day, where I take 8 total per day. I know some people that take a lot more than that because they're addressing some very specific issues. And then our daughters, Alex and Mia, they take a total of 4 per day. So, and then the last thing I want to cover real quick is just from the performance side. We take nighttime recovery on the days that we train. This helps you get into REM sleep really good, and it also helps with your body's natural growth hormone output, which is great for recovery. And then on days that our workout's going to be very, very breath intensive, where we know that we're going to be sucking in a lot of oxygen, we take O2 Gold to help the body utilize oxygen more efficiently. And on strength training days and CrossFit days, we take muscle strength. This is going to be an item that's going to help retain muscle tissue and promote new muscle tissue growth. And then as far as we still drink, protein shakes from time to time. We actually don't drink as many protein shakes as a lot of people would think. And the one thing I wanted to show you on these is, if you're going to take the chocolate, you do have to be a little bit careful, because in 1 serving of the chocolate, there's 8 grams of carbohydrates. Whereas on the vanilla, there's only 4 grams of carbohydrates. So we typically stay with vanilla. On occasion, we'll throw some chocolate in there when we're making a big shake for the whole family. But this is pretty much, so like nothing in here really except for Spark and somewhat from the protein. That's the only spots where we really have to look at the carbohydrate content and just be mindful of it. So we didn't really have to eliminate too many things. The only thing we really had to eliminate was post-workout recovery. And AdvoCare makes a great meal replacement shake, and we never really used them that much. We used them on occasion, but replacing that with real solid food meals was not a big deal for us. So, is there another question?
Yep. Amanda asked, how many carbs should we have in a day?
So if you're on the ketogenic diet, generally speaking, anything less than 50 grams of carbohydrates per day should keep you in a fat-burning ketogenic state. And if you're transitioning to the ketogenic diet, what was successful for us and all the literature we've ever read about it over 20 years or so is to transition into this kind of diet, you should probably limit your carbs to say 25, maybe 30 grams per day tops for at least a few months. And then you have to figure out on your own, what are your carbohydrate limits? So we've played with that a little bit. We've let it get into like 38, 40 grams, and that's not really been detrimental to ketosis for us. But we've just had we've had such success with the diet that we haven't tried to see what's our personal limits on carbohydrates. We don't need them that bad. We're not, dying every single day and missing the carbs, because we've put, so much effort into cooking and figuring out how to eat this way, but not miss out on all the foods that we like. So, but it's just a general answer is anything under 50 grams of carbs per day is going to be good. If you're transitioning to this diet, I would say 25 to 30 grams a day tops for at least a few weeks, if not a couple of months. So.
And we'll get some links, some resources.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you go to our website, munsonmischief.com, the navigation at the top, you'll see a page that we set up called Keto Resources. And that's a good spot where we've got a bunch of links on different podcasts we've listened to with some, very, very smart people about this. Got a number of different websites that link to some pretty knowledgeable people in this, and some books and stuff like that, some good science. Everything is out there. Someone asked me earlier today what my favorite keto book is. Don't know that I have a favorite book per se. They're mostly all going to say the same thing, but you can pretty much Google and find websites that have all the information that you need. So, and of course you can email us. We're happy to answer any questions. So, but anyway, this is our supplement routine on the ketogenic diet. Hope that answers the questions that have come to us that way in that regard. So thanks.